Hi, my name is Hemang Chawla. I am pleased to present our work on practical auto-calibration for spatial scene understanding from crowdsourced dash camera videos. This work was done along with Mati Yukola, Shabir Marsban, Ilahe Arani, and Behram Zonus at the Advanced Research Lab of NAVIN for Europe. So in this presentation, first we will briefly review what we mean by spatial scene understanding in the context of our work. Then we will discuss how it can benefit from building perception systems that utilize crowdsourced videos collected via arbitrary vehicular, onboard, or dashboard cameras. I will also explain how the lack of known camera calibration is a bottleneck for such an application and why auto-calibration is necessary. And finally, we will talk about our proposed method for practical auto-calibration and its application to monocular depth and ego motion estimation. Let's talk about spatial scene understanding. Spatial scene understanding is essential for autonomy. Whether it is for robots or self-driving cars, being able to understand and map the environment is required to enable complex behaviors. By spatial scene understanding, we refer to tasks such as understanding scene flow, depth estimation, inverse perspective mapping for lane boundary segmentation, and even simultaneous object detection and distance estimation, and so on. However, the current methods of training these deep learning models employ specifically collected data, limited by duration as well as location. This restricts application. Moreover, dedicated collection projects may be executed to acquire and process such data, which can be costly. Instead, using crowdsourced data paves the way for developing generic perception systems that may even learn continually. With the increase in the use of self-supervised learning, crowdsourced data also offers the possibility of learning from a bigger variety of sources. The most ubiquitous form of crowdsourced data is video captured through onboard or dashboard cameras. That is what we focus on in this work. A major bottleneck in the use of such crowdsourced visual data captured in unconstrained environments is the lack of known camera parameters. What are these camera parameters? These are the focal length, the principal point, as well as the radial distortion introduced by the camera lens. When we have access to the camera setup, the camera can be calibrated through standard techniques using a checkerboard pattern, for example. However, for crowdsourced data, we don't have direct access to the camera, and not knowing its parameters prohibits the direct use of the data. Often, 3D vision methods such as those we saw earlier assume that the camera parameters are available, corresponding to each visual sequence while training. Using crowdsourced data also means recognizing that the camera parameters for any particular setup change over time, and thus may require regular camera parameter updates. Enter auto-calibration. Auto-calibration seeks to estimate the camera parameters using the captured data itself, without requiring any manual intervention. However, for the typical driving scenario, with constant but unknown parameters, forward and planar camera motion results in critical sequences, making it hard to calibrate. Nonetheless, different auto-calibration approaches exist in literature. The first set of techniques are dependent upon the presence of very specific kind of scene geometry such as planes or lines. Supervised deep learning methods instead require images with known ground truth parameters for training. On the other hand, self-supervised methods have not achieved similar performance. Structure from motion has also been utilized to estimate camera parameters from a crowdsourced collection of images. However, the reconstruction of a complete long sequence of tens of thousands of images is computationally expensive, motivating the utilization of a relevant subset of images. Therefore, we need a practical system for auto-calibration from onboard visual sequences. In this work, we present a practical method for extracting camera parameters including focal length, principal point, and coefficients for radial distortion, that is both barrel and pincushion distortion, from a sequence of images collected using only an onboard monocular camera. Here is a summary of our main contributions. We analytically demonstrate that using a small set of image subsequences, where the vehicle is turning, provides the relevant structure necessary for a successful auto-calibration. We introduce an approach to automatically determine these turns using the images from the sequence themselves, without the use of any GPS, unlike previous work. We also deal with the variable shape and amount of visibility of ego vehicle in the image sequences, which can act as a watermark and can reduce calibration performance. We study the relation of the frames per second and the number of turns in a video sequence to the calibration performance. and we validate our proposed system on the Kitty Raw, the Oxford Robot Car, and the D2City datasets containing various kinds of scenes. Finally, we illustrate the applicability of our system with an example of chessboard-free, monocular dense depth and ego motion estimation. In our method, we represent the camera parameters using the camera matrix and a polynomial radial distortion model with two parameters. The camera intrinsic matrix captures the focal length and the principal point, whereas the nonlinear barrel and in-cushion distortion effects are captured by the distortion coefficients. The distortion model maps undistorted image points to the distorted ones for image rectification. This way, the values for each pixel of the rectified image can be computed via bilinear interpolation of the values in the distorted image. Now here is an overview of our calibration system. It is composed of two broad modules. The first module is turn detection, which outputs a selected list of subsequences corresponding to the turns in the video. This consists of detecting potential turns, filtering them for noise, and finally sorting them based on the peaks and prominences of their turn magnitudes. The second module is incremental reconstruction-based auto-calibration using these turns. This involves building the scene graph of image pairs with geometrically verified feature matches. The scene graph is then used to reconstruct each detected turn within a bundle adjustment framework, followed by merging of the turns. This allows to extract the single set of camera parameters from the captured turn sequences. But why are turns necessary? Why are they the useful subsequences for auto-calibration of the camera? The typical automotive visual data captured from dash cameras majorly constitute forward motion on straight paths and a few turns within a mostly planar environment. However, as stated earlier and established in literature, the pure translation and pure forward motion of the camera are degenerate scenarios for auto-calibration of the focal length and the distortion coefficients respectively. Moreover, in our work, we show analytically that the error in estimating the focal length is bounded by the inverse of the rotation between the matched frames. This means that the sharper turns assist in better estimation of the camera focal length and are also needed for distortion estimation. This derivation can be found in the paper. Remember here that the left and right turns, that is the yaw motion, is more prominent as compared to the roll and pitch rotations for a vehicle. Now let's look at our algorithm for detecting portions of the video where the vehicle is making a turn in a bit more detail. This method estimates the center images for the turns present in the full video. Thereafter, for each turn center, k preceding and succeeding images are collated to form the turn subsequences. We input the video frames as well as the maximum number of turns you want to extract. This number of turns is crucial as lesser number of turns consisting of smaller number of frames can help make auto-calibration of cameras more practical. The output of this algorithm is the list of detected and filtered turn centers. We first identify potential turns in the video. Do so, we utilize a heuristic based on epipoles. The video is broken into triplets of consecutive images, and the epipoles are computed for the three combinations of each image pairs. The portions where the vehicle is undergoing a pure translation is indicated by the failure to extract the epipoles. For the remaining portions, the average relative distance of the epipoles from the image centers is used as an indicator for the turning magnitude. Thereafter, we filter the estimated potential turn magnitudes across the sequence for noise using a median filter. Following this, we compute the peaks, that is local maximas, and the topographic prominences of the potential turn magnitudes. The prominences, sorted in a descending order, are the proxy for the likelihood of each peak being a usable turn. Selecting the top turns based on the peak prominences, we construct the usable turn subsequences containing 2k plus 1 images each. Here are some examples of the turns detected in Kitty. Once the turns have been extracted, we use them to calibrate the camera. Calibration through SFM involves building a scene graph for each turn where images in the turn are the nodes of this graph, and the validated image pairs with their inlier feature correspondences are the edges. This requires extracting features from the images and matching them across the sequence, followed by a geometric verification of the matches. However, one of the challenges in crowdsourced dash camera sequences is the presence of the ego vehicle in the images. This impacts the correspondence search negatively. Upon sampling several crowdsourced sequences, we find that they have varying segments of car dashboard as well as A-pillars visible in the camera view, making a fixed crop of the images an infeasible solution. Therefore, we utilize a real-time semantic segmentation network trained on Mapillary dataset for masking out the ego vehicle during feature extraction. After building the scene graph, we reconstruct each turn within an incremental SFM framework. The perspective endpoint problem is solved during turn reconstruction to simultaneously estimate the camera poses, scene structure, and the camera parameters, all optimized within a bundle adjustment framework. Remember that the errors in focal lengths fx and fy are bounded by the inverse of rotation about the y and x axes, respectively. That is, the yaw and pitch rotations, respectively. Since the vehicular motion is planar, with limited pitch rotations, we perform the calibration in 2 steps. In the first step, we fix fx equal to fy and utilize the yaw rotations about the y-axis to calibrate the focal lengths, as modern cameras are often equipped with nearly square pixels. The principal point is also fixed at the center of the image. This step outputs a common focal length and the refined distortion coefficients. Thereafter, in step 2, we relax these assumptions and refine all the parameters simultaneously within bounds. This allows to slightly update fy and also refine the principal point to minimize the reprojection error. This outputs a set of 6 parameters for each turn. To compute a single set of parameters for the whole video, the reconstructed model returns are merged. Thus, instead of optimizing the intrinsics as separate parameters for each turn, they are estimated as a single set of constants. In the few scenarios where overlapping turn subsequences may be present, they are also spatially merged and optimized together. We validate our proposed system for auto-calibration of onboard cameras on the Kitty Raw, the Oxford Robot Car, and the DP-City datasets. For Kitty Raw, we test on 10 sequences also used in audiometry evaluation, that is sequence 0 to 10, except for sequence 3, which is missing for the raw dataset. For Oxford Robot Car dataset, we test on 3 sequences with different qualities of GPS, which is used in competing methods. While Kitty and Oxford datasets use onboard cameras mounted on top of the vehicle, D2City uses dash cameras mounted on taxis. We also test on 10 sequences from D2City that contain turns. Here, the images are collected across varying road and traffic conditions, and different sequences have different amount and shape of ego vehicle visible. We validate our system in 3 ways. First, we evaluate the performance of the calibration on the 3 datasets by measuring the percentage error of the estimated parameters, as well as the structural similarity between the ground truth rectification and our rectification. We compare our system against Santana Cedras et al., which relies upon detecting lines, curves, and huff transforms in the scene, as well as our previous work, which uses GPS-based turn detection and SFM for calibration. We also study the impact of masking the ego vehicle on the calibration performance. Next, we also evaluate the performance of our system against different number of turns used for calibration, as well as the frame rate of the video. And finally, we examine the use of auto-calibrated camera parameters in training depth and ego motion estimation models on Kitty. To measure the calibration performance, we repeat each calibration 5 times and report the median absolute percentage error for the estimated parameters. Since the ground truth distortion model and coefficients are not provided in the Oxford Robot Car dataset, we instead measure the mean structural similarity between images. Remember that ego vehicle is visible in the onboard camera of Oxford Robot Car but not in Kitty. Thus, we also measure the impact of masking the ego vehicle on the Oxford dataset. We successfully calibrate all the sequences except for Kitty sequence 04, which does not contain any turns. Our system for auto-calibration is better in all the cases except for Oxford Good GPS, where it is comparable. This case can be attributed to better turn detection with good GPS quality used by that method, which is often not available for crowdsourced data. Also note that the calibration is better when using the proposed ego vehicle masking. This effect is most pronounced for Oxford No GPS, where the focal length errors become nearly half when masking out the ego vehicle. The calibration without ego motion masking is less effective with the presence of the ego vehicle in the images because it acts as a watermark and negatively impacts feature matching even with the use of Ramsack. Following the comparison protocol of Santana Cedrus et al., we also visualize some of the rectification results. Here you can see how our system is able to successfully rectify the distortions of the house structure. Here, our system is able to rectify the distortions of the windows much better than Santana et al. Here, our system is able to rectify the distortions of the buildings without the need for GPS. We further evaluate our proposed system design for the impact of the number of turns used during calibration and the frame rate of the onboard image sequence on the calibration performance. We carry out these analyses on the Kitty sequence 0. For each experiment repeated multiple times, we report the calibration error metric as the median of the absolute percentage error normalized by the number of times the calibration was successful. This unitless metric is used to capture the accuracy as well as the consistency of auto-calibration across the different settings. We observe that the focal length estimation improves up to 2 turns, the principal point estimation improves up to 4 turns, distortion coefficients estimation improves up to 5 turns. Therefore, successful auto-calibration with our approach requires a minimum of 5 turns, which corresponds to a total of nearly 30 seconds of turn videos. Here you can see the top 5 turns for auto-calibration of Kitty sequence 0. Remember that these turns were automatically extracted using only the image sequence itself. We also study the impact of the frame rate by sampling the image sequence across a range of 1 fps to 10 fps and report the calibration error metric as before. We observe that the calibration is unsuccessful when the frame rate is less than 3 fps. Thereafter, the calibration parameters improve up to 5 fps, thereby demonstrating the efficacy of our method even for low-cost onboard cameras. Finally, we also apply our auto-calibration system for training monocular dense depth and ego motion estimation on the Kitty eigen and odometry splits without prior knowledge of the camera parameters. We get better depth and ego motion estimation than when using the earlier GPS-based approach. In the figure, you can also see some examples of depth maps estimated using our proposed system, which are comparable to those when using ground truth calibration. The take-home messages of our work is that dashboard or onboard cameras can be practically and accurately auto-calibrated using only the extracted turns of about 30 seconds total out of even a long video sequence. This can also work on low-cost cameras that often run at low FPS with no requirement for corresponding GPS information. With this, deep learning models for tasks such as depth and ego motion estimation may be trained using crowdsourced data with unknown camera parameters. This is useful for both the industry as well as university labs. Moving forward, more research is needed in methods for auto-calibrating scenes with less features that may also work on cameras with rolling shutter effects or larger fisheye distortion. In conclusion, we contend that our system is suitable for utilizing crowdsourced data collected from low-cost setups to accelerate the progress in autonomous vehicle perception at scale. Thank you.